some command used in HTML. Some commands used in HTML. Sometimes when you are doing your coding in HTML, some do use a lot of CSS, which does not go well in the long run. So we are going to start the command. I've written them, so all I need to do is just to paste them. I will paste it and explain it. So happy viewing. So now we have it here. We have BG. This BG now, what this implies here in HTML, simply implies the background color in CSS. So BG will give you the color, will give your website particular color that you want. If you desire to use that color for the whole page, right inside the body, you need not to put style, because once you put style, it implies that you are using CSS. So put in BG. Let me quickly run that so that you see exactly what I mean. So once I run in this way, oops. All I need to do is just copy here, copy part, go to browser, click, and press Ctrl V, press enter. You will see that now this is the background of the color, which is orange. That is the background of the color, which is orange. So you can see, so that is that here. The second one we want to talk about here is align. Align to is also a command we use in HTML. If we want to be strict with HTML, we understand it more instead of using different CSS style. So align to can use it while you are doing our HTML coding. So align helps to move our text from left to right or from right to center. So that is that. So as you can see, let me put this. Let me silence all this so that we quickly understand exactly what I'm talking about. Let me silence these two. So this is a line. This text align. If I change it and I put it here this way, you see, as we all know, text start from left. Text, anything you wrote in HTML, and anything you wrote in your studio, usually start from left. So putting text align left still mean the same thing as if you've not put anything there. So that is that, as we all know. So okay, let me put the text. Let me put the align to right so that we see how it's going to work. So now look at that. You can see that when I click it, shift to the right. Shift to the right. That is how this. And you can also change it to center. You can change it to center. Once we do that to click it, you can see the space here, you can see the space here too. That implies that you are at the center. So if you want to take your text from left to right or from right to center, you use a line and you input that. That is how that one will work in HTML. So same thing, we also have another line that we use in HTML which is center. Instead of you using CSS, you can easily use this center, and anything you wrote inside it will show at the center. Doing this our CSS, sometimes we may have you putting your text the way you want, but you having the knowledge of this command in HTML will also help you. But some developer or some program coding will give you some issue that may bother you a lot. But you having the knowledge in HTML, you can easily maneuver it and escape it. So now that is the center here. Once I click it now this is the product. This is the text inside that tag. Take it to the center. So that is that for this center tag, and you see the h4 tag that I input inside it, and once I run it, to truly take it to the center. Same thing on the test. Once you do that too, so that is it. Table, that is the next one. Table is a very important element in programming. We use table for a lot of things. Say for summary, we use it for to summarize a lot of things. You can use it to make a student data. Use to make a lot of things. You can use table for. Table is very essential when you are doing your programming. So same thing applies here too. So in HTML, we construct table. Even majority of the websites we create in HTML are done using table. So in this course, we've also built some to prove to you that you can do a nice website with table. So for us to do table 2, write table, and we are going to write border, input inside it. The table without border will not tell us that is what it is. Just like this. And once I run this now, as you can see, it does not look like table. Though it's arranged, but does not look like table. But once I input border, this border now, what is saying here? This 4, that is measuring the thickness of that border, thickness of that line of the border. The smaller it is, the thinner the line. Just like this, if I put one here now and I run it, you will see border. You can see it there. If I increase it to 4 or 5, see that the border will be more thicker. So we use that too in HTML instead of us using border style or border for using border in CSS. You can use that too in HTML. So that is that. And we can also increase it too. Can increase the width and height of that table. Writing this. You never mind while you are writing it, and if you cannot not see any indicator, do not mind. Just make sure you write it completely this way. Maybe you want to put 50%, and it could be any your height too. You can also write your height is equal to let's put that on 150, and that is that on that. Once you run it, let's see how it's going to appear. You can see it. We are using HTML, pure HTML, to do all this. So that is that on HTML command. And aside from these two, I have a lot of commands that you can use too. So in our next tutorial video, we shall be talking about that also. So we shall be talking about that again. So we'll see you guys in the next tutorial.